So this is going to be a trio again of a note I'm not a big lover of. That's Galbanum. Now, what is Galbanum or Galbanum? It's hard. I can only say what I get from it. To me, generally, it's kind of crunchy leaves, autumn leaves that are turning brown, a little bit soggy, you know, sometimes. That kind of autumnal leaf thing can be quite green and bitter as well, but it does have a kind of purpose in it. I must admit, I'm not a big lover when it's particularly strong or potent, and that's what it's about, but it can add a certain something to a fragrance. Don't need to waffle on, that's a gist, so we'll crack on. So next, well, first up is from Papillon Parfumeries, and it's Dryad. Now this is obviously, it's a kind of cheaper style one. So Galbanum, or Galbanum or whatever, is going to be a part of this, isn't it? Now this is itself, it's a more, to me, a more dry floral kind of style of one. There's a bit, Narcissus is a big kind of thing in there, which I suppose kind of adds to the yellow smell, and the Galbanum is there, but it adds more a kind of yellow crunchy leaf kind of thing, and it merges nicely with the oak moss to give that, obviously, well, it would look like this, wouldn't it, but with more actual sunshine and flowers. And it's a very, very beautiful one, and I really enjoy the dryness of it, and all these different green notes and green nuances add quite a bit to it, and it's such a gorgeous one. But yeah, again, the Galbanum isn't as particularly potent or as forward in this one. You maybe actually smell it more in the opening, but it has that lingering green feel through it, and just makes this fragrance as gorgeous as it is. And I can enjoy it because it's a more muted Galbanum. So yeah, that's from Papillon Parfumes, and it's called Dryad. Next is one I've mentioned for so many different notes, and it, for such a basic fragrance, it does, each of its individual notes all play a part in it to make it as beautiful as it is. That's nice, isn't it? And that's Love and Tears from Kilian. Now, it's primarily a jasmine and lily one, and it's like a green field, and the Galbanum obviously plays a major part in that greenness. It's like a, not quite bitter, but very, very spring-like. You know what the smell of spring is, a kind of verdant, rich, juicy greenness, isn't it? And obviously the lily of the valley, and to a point the jasmine, to be fair, will add to that greenness, but they're more the sweeter side of it, whereas the Galbanum kind of adds the more realistic, verdant, beautiful walk through the meadows kind of feel. And it's beautiful in this one, and you can't complain. Again, it's what Galbanum does is it's the greenness, isn't it, whether it's darker, lighter, autumnal. And in this one, a very fresh green kind of feel. So I don't need to waffle on, make these videos as short as possible. That is Love and Tears from Kilian. And finally is from Mugler, and it's an alien flank, believe it or not. It's Eau Sublime, or Eau Sublime. Now this one to me is a kind of, it gets compared to the other one, which I do also have, which I'm not a fan of. But anyway, this one's creamier. This one is has tiare, it has vetiver, it has a kind of creamier feel, it has jasmine. Obviously it's got that kind of DNA's running through it, but it's not massively strong or prominent in there, but it is very good. And it also has a little bit of greenness. Now in this one the greenness is a little bit bitter to start with. That is definitely a Galbanum, but that bitter greenness kind of mixes with a tropical note, and you get this kind of tropical jungle by the forest. In the fact it's sunny, It's kind of creamy, it's got all them tropical flowers in there, but you've also got the kind of darker green feel, which obviously moves further down and more to the back as it goes on. And this one does actually have a hint of the original DNA in. You remember when flankers actually had something to do with the actual fragrance they're a flanker of? This is a really good one. It's not too strong, so if you're not a lover of the original Alien, I mean the new Alien, what is that? So you could try that, but if you could ever get a hand on this is really good. Eau Extraordinaire is the other one, and that's kind of a lot sharper. There's a kind of really sharp tea feel about it, and I struggle with that one. But this one, with it, because the creamier tiare and the richer, thicker white flowers, is very nice. So that's Mugler's Alien Eau Sublime, or Sublime, and that's it. So yeah, that's kind of the end of this video now. As you can see, even in all three of them fragrances, the Galbanum does a very different job. I could have mentioned Fawn from Thomas O'Brien, which is very much the autumnal crunchy leaves one. But I went for, I've mentioned that a few times, so I went for something different. But yeah, I mean, I don't need to waffle on much more, do I? What's your favourite Galbanum fragrance? What's your favourite greener note? Can you struggle with this? That's lovely, isn't it? That's it. No waffle. Thanks folks. Bye.